Hello guys, this is Evangeline and I am here with a massive collective haul. This is the January, February and March haul, and there's about 70 books and more, so that's insane. The first book is Blood Forever by Mary Mancusi. This is a blood-covered novel. I have a book from the series which is Boys That Bite, and there's this series, it has this really unique name that's drawn to you. For example, Boys That Bite, Take That, Girls That Grow. So awesome titles. I have read the first book, which is Boys That Bite. So next one is The Morganville Vampire Volume 2 by Rachel Kane. This is a bind-up of Midnight Alley and Feast of Fools. This is a huge series, guys. The first one is The Glass House, which I have already read, and I haven't read the second one, so this bind-up has third and fourth, so I can't quite read it yet. The next one is Vampire Kisses by Alan Schreiber, pocket edition. This is teeny tiny. You could just throw it in your handbag and go. I have bought quite a lot of pocket edition in this series because they come at a very bargain price and it's cool, I suppose. So the next one is also a Vampire Kisses, The Beginning, which is a bind-up of 3 books, also by Alan Schreiber. One second. This one is a Vampire Kisses, Kissing Coffin and Vampireville bind-up. So I have read these and this. So my review is that this is a vampire obsessed fangirl kind of novel. The main character, Raven, she's obsessed with this vampire, just general vampires, and she is like worshipping anything vampire related. So it's kind of a good novel, but it's too young for me because it's very teen-ish. If I bought this book when I was a teenager, I might have liked it even more, but it kind of seems too young for me, so I kind of can't relate to, the fangirl thing, But nevertheless, it's a good book. I would rate it 4 stars. The next one is also from the series Dance with a Vampire, which I haven't read. This is the 4th book in the Vampire Kisses novel by Alan Schreiber. The next one is The Den of Shadow Quartet by Emilia Alvarez is also a bind-up of In the Forest of Night, Demon in My View. These 2 books I have read separately as a singular edition really long time ago, and I liked it. And there's another 2 more, Shattered Mirror and Midnight Paradox. So there's 2 I have already read and 2 more I haven't read. Since it's a bind-up, it's kind of massive, guys. So, but it's an investment if you ask me. The next one is Pentecost and Kirsten Cast novella, which is Nefret Curse. This is a story about Nefret. She is the high priestess of she's the high priestess, and you get to see her story. She was the kind of a bad guy in this House of Night series, so that's kind of cool. You get to glimpse her past. So what's it all about, why she become a bad guy? I haven't read it yet, but I have read the House of Night series. The next one is also by Pentecost and Kirsten Cast, Untamed, book 4 in the House of Night series. I have actually read 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. First is Mark Betrayed, Chosen, and the 4th is Untamed, I think. Well, anyway, I have read, first is Mark Betrayed, Chosen, and Untamed. I have read all 4. There's a dozen more. Wow. The next one is Dark Light by Leslie Livington, a Wondrous Strange author. Oh, the first one is Wondrous Strange. This is a 2nd book, I think, and it's a hardcover, so it's cool. It's really cool. So that's the hardcover. Wondrous Strange, I have it here. Leslie Livington. This is the first book from this series. Made by Carrie Jones. Our 2nd, 3rd and 4th book of this Need series, but I haven't read it yet because at the time I was missing the first book, and now I finally got it. I could read it now, and yet still I am missing the fourth book, but it's cool. I could read the first three and get on with it. The next one is Girl of Nightmare by Kendra Blake. I have heard quite a lot of good things about this book. Many people have been raving about it. This is the second book. The first one is Anna Dressed in Blood. The first one is Anna Dressed in Blood. This is the second one. So I can't quite read it yet because I don't have the first book. So anyway, one of the unique thing about this particular book is that the font, it's red. Can you see it? So I shall keep it safe till I got the first book. The next one is one adorable book. In this whole haul, this is like one of the gorgeous, adorable book, Goth Girl and the Goes Away Mouse by Chris Riddell. This is so gorgeous, guys. Get a close-up of this. And the pages, you know, the edges of pages, they're purple. How cool is that? And when you open it, ta-da! That's so cool. And it has quite a lot of illustration and pretty things. So this is a children's novel, but I bought it because it's really cool. It's so cool. I can't pass it up. This is a children. I bought it at the children's section, and that's the back of the cover. Obviously, the page sticker, annoying. It's $37.90 and no discount whatsoever. Cause page don't give out discounts. Anyways, just when you thought the book have ended, you come across this. What is that? That's the memoir of a mouse by Ishmael Whiskers. Ishmael Whiskers is the mouse, you know, in this series. In this particular novel. So the story of the mouse, and it's kind of very quirky and fun because it's written in a kind of poem, poetic, rhymes kind of way, which is so cool, and I loved it. I will treasure it because it's so pretty. The next one is Wolf Pack by Melissa De La Cruz. Gorgeous cover. Full Moon by Rachel Hawthorne, a Dark Guardian novel. The next one is Lisa McMahon's Death to You. Speak by Laurie House Anderson. Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. So anyway, I have read this book. I would rate it a 4.5 star. It's kind of cool actually. What it's about is that this girl, she actually died, and she get a chance to kind of make up to what she was, and she's kind of, you know, that high school drama and bad girls, mean girls, the kind of stuff, and she was that, and she's trying to make amends and change the past and save some people. So, and it's kind of like there's 7 chapters, and each chapter she kind of died and come back, and have to relive that last day. And at the 7th chapter, she relived for the last time and kind of make the kind of, you know, save somebody, and it's all worked out, and she kind of died at last in this last chapter. So this kind of a reliving of her last day is really good. Cinder by Melissa Meyer. This is a Luna Chronicle novel. I love this series. This series telling of Cinderella in this most outrageously, wickedly unique way, and you know, Cinder, the main character, is a cyborg. You may wonder what's up with the leg, because she's a cyborg, man. That's what happened. So you actually can't quite see what actually happened. Who is she? It kind of seems to be, you know, odd. You wonder what happened, what is going on, and at last you kind of know what happened. Who she really is, and it's kind of cool. Cinder. The next one is One second. I have it here at the very bottom. Scarlet, second book in the series. This is a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood. So you get a glimpse of more of these characters. There's Cinder, she comes back in this book, and there's Scarlet, this girl kind of trying to save grandma, she's trying to save her grandma. And so it's kind of good book. So Lunars are bad guys, you see, and somehow you find that Cinder, which is the first book, she's happened to be a lunar, and she's also happened to be a cyborg. So second book, Scarlet, you see more of them, and there's new character Scarlet, and it's a very, very action-packed kind of book. I loved it so much. The third book is Crest. I haven't got it yet because the fourth book will be releasing soon, which is Winter, so I will be buying them both at the same time when the book will be released. So anyway, the next one is Switch by Amanda Hawkins. This is a trial novel. This is a book I got from, I was gifted, I don't know man, gifted, a friend of mine bought it for me. So it's cool, thank you bro. I will read it sometime. The next one is Wings by Aprilline Pike. This is a, wow, I don't know what this series is called, but it's awesome. It's a book about fairies, and it's really, really cool. The next one is Spells, sequel to it. There's actually 4 books. So I have the first 2. Originally, I had 2 Spells books, meaning I bought one for me and one for my friend. So I already gifted to her for her birthday. Anyways, this next book is Love is Hell. This is a collective short stories by Melissa Marr, Scott Westfall, Justin Larbalestier, Gabrielle Zevin, Laurie Feria Stollars. So this is kind of, I would rate it 3.5 because some of the stories are good, some of the stories are, you just read it to endure it, you just read it so the book will end. So I don't know man, I have a mixed feeling. It's an alright book. I didn't quite enjoy it, truth to be told. Sorry guys. The next one is The Fallen, book 4, which is The Forsaken by Thomas E. Snigoski. I have the first book. I have read the first book. I didn't actually get the rest of the series because I saw the movie. So this character, the main character, Aaron, was acted by Paul Wesley. If you're familiar with him through Vampire Diaries drama series. So I didn't like the movie, so when I read the first book and I saw the movie, then I was over it. Because bad graphic man, what's up with that? When I read the book, I was kind of very hardcore fan of that book, and I saw the movie, very bad graphics and angels were, I was hoping for more gorgeous graphic of these angels and these battles. I was disappointed, so I didn't buy the rest of the series. I have book 4 now. I'm missing book 2 and 3, so I will buy them sometime soon. But it might take me a while to read it, to be told. The next one is Meridian by Amber Keyser. Gorgeous cover. This is a half human, half angel kind of story. So you know me, I love anything angels. So that's cool. The next one is Steel by Carrie Vogue. This is a dragon book, guys. I think this is the second book. I have the first book here, but let me show you the second book first. Gorgeous, gorgeous cover. It actually have a protective plastic thingy, but it's cool. It's cool. Anyway, the mystery comes when you see the inside of the cover. It's a sandalwood kind of yellow, and you see the engraving of the word steel. That's the title, and there you go. So I'm excited. This is a dragon book. I haven't read that many dragons book. I think there's one that I've read really long time ago. So it's cool. It's cool. This is the first book, Voice of a Dragon by Carrie Bow. Gorgeous cover. I mean, like, it's so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. You see the little spider. You see the little dragon, logo picture. The cover is gorgeous. And you see it again. There you go, in the cover. So that's it. I will read it pretty soon. So the next one is Blood Rose by Andrea Kramer. Gorgeous cover. I was looking for this series for quite some time, and at last I have it here. And you could see it here that it's written, "Is true love worth the ultimate sacrifice?" So that's the reason I actually bought it. There's Nightshade, Wolf, Bane, and Rift from the series, and there's a book again by Andrea Kramer, Blood Rose. But this is I think this is US cover and this is UK cover. So I have two books, same book, same author, same series. But actually I bought it thinking same author but different books in a same series. But I was mistaken. So I have two of these books. I will most probably give one book away to one of my friends. Depends on which book in this particular series I buy. If it matches this cover, I would keep it. If it matches this cover, I would keep it and give the next one away. So excited. The next one is Vortex. It is a Tempest novel by Julie Cross. I have read Tempest. It's a time travel novel. Tempest, which is the first book, is my first ever time travel novel. The first ever time travel novel that I wanted to read is Time Traveler's Wife, but I haven't got time to get it yet. So Tempest happened to be the first book that I've read, which is time travel. I absolutely adore this book. This guy go through so much to protect his love. He would go through such extent to protect her, so that's really admiring. This is the second book. There's written here, there will be no calm before storm. So Vortex, second book. The next one is Chronicle of Narnia, C.S. Lewis, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. This is a pocket edition. I bought it because it's so adorable, and it's tiny, and it's pocket edition. You could throw it in your handbag and get on with it. It's just about, let me see, 206 pages, so it's a short read. I would most probably read it next. The next one is Ghost Girl, Homecoming. This is the second book by Tonya Hurley. The first one is Ghost Girl. I haven't had it yet. It's also have illustration and whatnot. It's the pages are silver etched. What do you call them? Alright, so the next book is by Claudia Gray, Evernight. These are, I think, the Evernight series. Yes, an Evernight series novel. So this is the first one, Evernight. The second one is Stargazer. And the third one is Hourglass. I am missing Afterlife. I don't know if I bought it. I felt like I had the complete set, but I can't be sure. Anyway, I'm missing Afterlife, which is the fourth book. I have the first three books in this series at the most. Wither by Lauren De Stefano. I have two of these books. I will be giving one away to one of my friends for her birthday, so I'm not gonna tell you who. Anyway, I read this book. This is kind of cool. So there's three women married to this dude, and it's kind of creepy because the father-in-law kind of murdering somebody, and male been dying at the age of 25 in this world. Male will be dying at the age of 25 and woman at the age of 21, I think. Anyways, so the father-in-law dude been trying to find a cure. Actually, that's what he says, but he's been murdering people off and whatnot. So at the end, she kind of escaped with this person. I'm not gonna tell you who. Anyways, it's a good book. The next book is Hexbound by Chloe Neal. This is a dark lit novel. There's a couple more books in the series, but I don't have them. This is the pocket edition, teeny tiny, which I like. The next one is The Secret Circle, The Initiation and Captive Part 1 by L.J. Smith. The Secret Circle, Captive Part 2 and The Power by L.J. Smith. Inferno by Charlene Kenyon. Infamous by Charlene Kenyon. I'm still missing the first book. I can't quite read it yet because of that. The next one is Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi. I wanted to read this book for quite some time. I have it now, so I can finally read it. Rumors, the last novel. This is, I think, the third book. Yes. The second one is Envy. I have it here. So in this particular haul, I have 3 books in this series, which is Lux, Envy, and Rumors. I've shown you guys the Lux book earlier. And I have Splendor, which is the 4th book in this saga or series, in my next haul, which is my April, May, and June haul. You will see it soon because I'm filming it at the same time actually. The next one is The Maze Runner by James Joshua. This is going to be a movie soon. It's coming out as a movie, I think next month, or can't be sure, but this year it's coming out as a movie, so I want to read it before it's out as a movie. So I saw the trailers, they're pretty good, and that dude from Teen Wolf acting in it, so cool, I suppose, cool. Fury by Elizabeth Miles. Gorgeous cover. So at the back it's written, mistake can be deadly and 3 beautiful mysterious girls are about to make them pay. Sometimes sorry is not enough. So I kind of like this. It's kind of a revenge-ish type book. Mistakes are deadly and revenge is sweet. You see it here. So anyway, that's why I've drawn to it, because it probably has quite a lot of drama. And sometimes when you read this kind of heartbreaking kind of book, you want to get away with it and read something sweet and cat-ish. So anyway, the next book is Faithful by Claudia Gray. So that's the author from, Evernight. I haven't read any of her book yet, but I have 4 of them at this particular haul. So that should be good. This is a standalone, guys. So yeah, it's set in 1912 about 18-year-old maid Tess Davis. So later I'll read it. The next one is The Devouring by Simon Holt. At the cover it's written here, your body is here but not your soul. So when I saw this, that's the reason I bought it. Also gorgeous cover. And the back is got right, when dark creeps in, eat the night, bury your fears on sorry night, for in the winter's blackest hour come the feast on the viewers. VOURS. How do you say it? No one can see it, the life they stole. Your body is here but not your soul. Mysterious. I should read it. The next one is, 1 second. Yes, The Summoning by Kelly Armstrong. This is a, what do you call it? The Summoning series? The Awakening series? Anyways, I have read The Awakening, which is the second book. And this is the first one, The Summoning. And I have it here, The Reckoning, which is the third book. So I have first and third unread. And the second, I read it soon-ish. Wildfire by Carsten Knight. So this main character, Ashlyn, she is a goddess. So that's cool. Goddess and boarding school, which is cool. That's the combination I haven't read. I have read quite a few boarding school kind of book, but this is a combination I haven't come across yet. Alice Hartley's Happiness. I have read quite a few books by Philippa Gregory. This is a Philippa Gregory's novel, and this is Alice Hartley's Happiness. So anyway, I would buy anything by Philippa Gregory. She is awesome. The next one is Once Dead, Twice Shy by Kim Harrison. So I actually have read Kim Harrison's short story in Prom Night from Hell. So this book actually, Madison Avery's story actually start with the short story from Prom Night from Hell, and this is the first book in this series, but there's a short story in another book. So anyway, I also have your Early to Death, Early to Rise, which is the second book in the series. This is a hardcover and it's cute. How cool is that? There's a wing here. That's cool. So anyway, I have read Kim Harrison's other book, which is Dead Witch Walking, which is cool, man. That's kind of out of this element. It's kind of a witch who is it's action-packed, man. It's action-packed. I don't want to give it away. So I might write a review soon for that as well. But that's a talk for another time. It's Heaven, Hell and Mademoiselle by Harold Carlson. This is kind of like a fashion-ish kind of book. I haven't read any fashion-related kind of book, so this is my first in it. Seamstress, designer, Harris and a top model. So this is kind of a fashion-ish kind of book, so I will read it soon. Jocelyn Drake, John Breaker. Mary Janice Davidson, Undead and the Unwelcome. Burnt Offering by Lauren K. Hamilton. This is a Anita Black Vampire Hunter novel. The next one is Personal Demons by Stacey Kane. And Night's Edge by Maggie Shane, Charlene Harris and Barbara Hambley. I think this is 3 short stories, I suppose. It's quite thin actually. The next one is Lovermind by J.R. Watt. I love J.R. Watt. In case you guys don't know about J.R. Watt, she's a woman. I actually thought somebody who could write a book that this awesome and this masculinely good, because the main characters are males. So I am presuming J.R. Watt's a man. But when I come across, Goodread section where they mention about the author, I see it's a woman. Okay, she's the author. Nevermind, J.R. Watt. The next one is an interesting book. It's Lindsay Sands' Born to Bite. This book, actually, when I bought it, my dad saw it and he's like, Born to Bite? What? So I'm telling him it's about vampires. That's why they have Born to Bite. And he's kind of like scared and whispering the word Born to Bite. The next day also he's been talking about that. So that's kind of funny. I haven't read it yet. If he sees it again, he would probably remember, is it Born to Bite? What? The next one is Tiger's Voyage by Colleen Hook. This is a Masssive book, guys. And look at that cover. It's so creepy. It's a skeleton. I think this is a skeleton of a tiger and it has horns. That's so creepy. Anyway, there's 2 more books in this series, Tiger's Curse, Tiger's Quest. I can't read it yet because I'm missing the first book. So that's something, that's the hardcover, inside of the hardcover. And when you open it, you get a glimpse of this map. So I don't know what it's about because I haven't read it. So I don't know why there's a map. So that's the author's picture, Colin Hook. And the back of the cover also has this map. But I think this is a gorgeous cover, you know. The next book is Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Demigod Fall by Rick Riordan. The next book is The Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan. And then there's Betrayal by Greg Olson. This is an empty coffin novel. So since I see it here, an empty coffin novel, I'm thinking there's going to be more book in this particular series. So I can't be sure, but it's written here, an empty coffin novel. So if there's more books from this series or by this author, I might buy them. Anyway, the back of the cover, I was drawn to the back of the cover. I shall read it, you guys. It happens so fast, the way awful things almost always do. The mattress sat under the weight of another person kneeling on the bed. The first cast wasn't the deepest. It was tentative, a slight jab. Her manicured finger found her abdomen. She barely had time to process the fact that her hand was wet. The blade of a knife flew at her, burying itself in her throat. It came with a speed and fury. Only her killer knew the irony of last word, that bloody hurt. And the Mammoth Book of Paranormal Romance by this is a collective short stories, guys. So, you know, mixture of authors. I'm excited to read this. Thank you guys for watching my video, and hope you guys enjoy watching this. And if you if you have read any of these books, please comment below and let me know what you think of them. And thank you for watching. Bye bye.